Greetings, Hopkins Public School staff, and welcome to a new school year. The purpose of this email is to give you a quick tour of the features that are most prominent in our newest version of Outlook web app or OWA, or our webmail. First of all, instead of the word compose to create a new message, there in the upper left-hand corner is the new mail button. If I click that, then a new message will open that I can begin to author. If I click the discard button, I can delete that message and it'll bring me back to my main mail window. There are three columns in OWA. The first is the preview pane on the far right, a list of your email. Notice that as you hover over any email that is listed, a red X comes up. And if you click on that red X, it's a quick way to delete the email. You can also single click on an email and hit the delete button on your keyboard to get rid of an email. On the left-hand side is a list of your folders. It is possible, if you click on this tool, to collapse those folders so that your preview pane is larger and you can read more of the email easily. If you want to create a new folder to save mail, you can hold down the Control key on your keyboard, click on your name, and you can create a new folder, as well as a few other options. Notice the design of my window as I am logged into email. This is customizable, and if you click on this gear in the upper right-hand corner, you have the ability to change your theme to something that appeals to you. I might also recommend that you click on Options and look at the various customizable settings that you can do as an individual. Notice the search field above your list of email. This is now combined so that you can search mail and people all in one search field. If I click in here and I type in a term such as Moodle and press return, then the number of emails that display in that center column will be reduced to those that have my search term in its body or in its subject line. Notice on the left-hand side that you can reduce the display of your results even further by date or by the mailbox that that particular email is stored in. If you want to get all your mail back, not just your filtered results, you can go up to your search field and you can click on the X and all your mail will come back. Notice that you can also search for a particular person. So for example, if I was looking for an email that I exchanged with Victoria Wilson, I could type in the word Victoria and I could go down to her full name, press return, and these are the emails that I've exchanged with Victoria. So there's just 7 there. So it's an improved search system in the newest version of OWA. I also want to direct your attention to the People tab on the right-hand side. If you click on the People tab, there are 2 main sections that I want you to be aware of. First of all, there's what's called My Contacts. My contacts are the individuals that are in my address book that I deliberately or manually added myself. But we also have a directory. This is a district directory. So if I click on that and I click in the search field, I can find the email address of any person that works in the district, just if I know some part of their name. So for example, if I am looking for Aaron Osland, I could type in a couple letters of his name, press return, and lo and behold, I'll get a filtered list, and I can find the delightful Aaron Osland in my list. And then on the right-hand side, you will see an expanded directory list for Aaron, including where he works, or this is a quick way for me to find out his school phone number. If you are on the Mail tab, and you want to email somebody and you click New Mail, which is different than the former Compose button, if you start typing in somebody you email often, so if I start typing in the name Aaron, it's going to fill in automatically from the directory. If it's somebody that you haven't emailed or emailed recently, so if I start typing in Monica, I've exchanged an email recently with Monica Paul, but what if I want to email Monica Grubb? If I start typing in part of her name and she doesn't come up automatically, I can click on Search Contacts and Directory, and all of those individuals with MONI, what I've typed in so far, that are in our district will come up, and then I can choose from the list. Now I would like to direct your attention to the Calendar tab. If I click on the Calendar tab, the calendar looks quite different. Specifically, you'll notice that the public calendars are not listed at the bottom, and there will be forthcoming information about that. Those are what we use to schedule rooms at the various different sites during the school day. What I'd like to show you off the bat is over on the right-hand side, you can toggle between a day view, a work week view, a week view, and the monthly view. If you want to add an event quickly to your calendar, you simply need to double-click, and it will bring up the detailed input screen for calendar events. I'm going to close this. You can also do that when you're in any of the other views. So if I'm in work week view and I want to add an event, I can double click and it will open the event page. Another way that I could do this is if I click and drag. So if I have a meeting Friday from 9 to 11, I can click and it starts at 9 a.m. I can click at 9 a.m. I can drag, and then I can type in my meeting date and press return. If I want to add the extra detail, I simply need to double click on that meeting date, click edit, and I get back to my detail page. Also in the list of your email is a pull-down menu that says Conversations by Date. This is what you can click on to choose how you're going to sort that list. But in addition, I wanted to point out that this is where you can turn off Conversation View. Basically what Conversation View is when emails that originated from an email that was sent to more than 2 people are clustered together in one group. So for example, in this email right here, Becky Allen originally sent this email to 10 or more people, and more than one person responded. And so they're all going to be clustered in the preview pane, both the original one from Becky, the one from Sandy here. If I click on the X, what will happen, because it's in Conversation View, is that it's going to delete an email, the original one from Becky, as well as one of the replies, that they'll both go away, as opposed to me having to delete them individually. So some people prefer the Conversation View, some people do not, and you can turn that on and off under this pull-down menu. The final thing I'd like to show you in OWA is the question mark in the upper right-hand corner. This is your access to help for the software. If I click on that and click Help, I will have a search field where I could put in a term. So if I put in the term conversation and press return, then it's going to give me a variety of different topics which I can search through to get my question answered. Included in there are quite a few images as well. If you do not find the answer to your question here, feel free to ask a colleague, a technology leader in your building, or call the district help desk. Have a great school year.